Looking back now, all the signs were there, but I was blinded by love. Jalen and I met in college, and I thought we had it all: laughter, adventure, and a deep connection. We were each other's rock, or so I thought. After graduation, he landed a great job in a small coastal town in North Carolina, and I relocated across the country to be with him. I left behind my family, friends, and everything I knew to start a new life with him. Our little house by the beach was my dream come true. I poured my heart and soul into making it a home, decorating every room with love. We talked about starting a family, and I thought I was pregnant with our first child. But little did I know, Jalen had other plans. At first, everything seemed perfect. He was working out and losing weight, and I was proud of him for taking care of himself. But then, he started to change. He'd delete his text messages and browser history regularly, and I would catch him staring at his phone with a guilty look on his face. I would ask him what was wrong, and he'd just shrug it off, telling me I was being paranoid. He started picking fights over nothing before leaving the house, and I would feel like I was walking on eggshells around him. He'd compare me unfavorably to other women, making snide comments about my appearance or my cooking. I would try to brush it off, thinking he was just joking, but deep down, it hurt. My mother had warned me about him from day one. She said he had a charming exterior, but a slippery soul. I did not listen, though. I thought she was just being overprotective. My best friend, Rachel, was the only one who knew how much I was struggling. She'd tell me to leave him, but I could not imagine a life without Jalen. I loved him, and I thought he loved me too. One night, I woke up to Jalen calling me by the wrong name in his sleep. It was his ex-girlfriend's name, Emily. I froze, my heart racing. Why was he saying her name? I tried to brush it off as a dream, but the seed of doubt was planted. The next day, I started to investigate. I checked his phone, but he was too smart. He'd deleted all incriminating evidence. That's when I knew I had to be careful. I could not let him know I was onto him. Then, the unthinkable happened. Emily's husband showed up at my job, and I knew I had to hear him out. He told me that Jalen had been seeing Emily behind my back for 18 months. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. 18 months? The entire time I had been loyal to him, he'd been lying to me. But that was not the worst part. Emily's husband told me that Jalen had done this exact thing to his 3 previous girlfriends. I could not believe it. I thought I was the only one he'd ever loved. I felt like I was living in a nightmare. I did not know what to do or who to trust. All I knew was that I had to get to the bottom of this. I called Rachel, and she came over to help me gather evidence. We went through his emails, his social media, and his phone records. It was like a treasure trove of deceit. We found text messages, photos, and even a secret Instagram account. As I looked at the evidence, I felt a mix of emotions. I was angry, hurt, and betrayed. But most of all, I was sad. I was sad that I had wasted so much time on someone who did not deserve me. I knew I had to confront him, but I was scared. What if he denied it? What if he gaslighted me into thinking I was crazy? I knew I had to be strong, though. I had to stand up for myself. I decided to ambush him with irrefutable proof. I gathered all the evidence and waited for him to come home from work. When he walked in the door, I was ready. "Jalen, we need to talk," I said, my voice shaking. He looked at me, a smirk on his face. "What's going on?" I took a deep breath and handed him the evidence. "I know about Emily. I know about the other girls. I know you've been lying to me for 18 months. His smirk faded, and he looked guilty. I can explain," he stammered. But I was not having it. "No, Jalen. You cannot explain. You've been explaining for years, and I have been listening. But today, I am not listening. Today, I am telling you that it is over." He looked at me, shocked. "You're going to leave me? Over this?" I stood up, my heart pounding. "I am not just leaving you, Jalen. I am taking back my life. I am taking back my power. And I am going to make sure you never hurt anyone else again." As I looked at him, I felt a sense of strength I never knew I had. I was scared, but I was determined. I was going to get through this, and I was going to come out on top. It's been a long journey, but I am finally free. I am finally me, and I am grateful for that. I still have my children, and I am fighting to keep them. I am still living in our beautiful home, but now it is mine. I am not the same woman I was when I met Jalen, but I am a better one. I am stronger, wiser, and more resilient. As I look back on that toxic relationship, I realize that it was a lesson in disguise. It taught me to trust myself, to listen to my intuition, and to never settle for anything less than I deserve. And for that, I am eternally grateful.